Hello everyone. So I decided to make my own tutorial on my blog, my art blog that you might be following since you're seeing this video anyways. But I thought I'd make a video to show you guys how to mix traditionally your own black paints, because I feel like if you try and use the black paints that you can buy at like store pre-mixed, you're not being as creative with your artwork. I feel like if you mix your own blacks, you get your own interesting dark colors, and you get your, it helps make your painting look better. So I'm going to show you guys how to mix it with traditional paints. I'm going to be demonstrating with acrylic, but this can apply to oil and watercolor. So you'll only need a few paints. You'll need a nice warm yellow. This one is cadmium yellow medium hue. And to demonstrate the difference between, a cold and a warm yellow, it's got a little bit of green to it. This is a cold yellow. That's yellow light Hansa. Now this is a medium hue. And as you can see, it's quite warm compared to the cold one. So you need a warm yellow, not a cold one. You also need phthalo blue, phthalo green, cadmium red, medium hue, and you need alizarin crimson, which is my favorite red personally, and it's a cold red. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys first how to mix yourself a nice cold black. With blacks, they usually end up being cold because when if you know color theory, when things get closer inside a painting, implied, they get warmer in color, they get more vibrant. As they recede, they become colder. So that's why blacks are typically cold. So I'm going to show you how to make a cold black. So we're going to start with a little bit of alizarin crimson. This is a cold red, like I was saying. It's my favorite red. So we got a little bit of alizarin crimson. Now we're going to take phthalocyanine green. Phthalocyanine is a very strong pigment, so we're going to need a tiny amount, not a lot. We're going to mix it with the alizarin crimson, and as you can see, it immediately starts to get darker. It starts to become kind of a purpley green black. Now, if you're happy with this kind of a black, that's fine. You can leave it there. But if you want a colder, darker kind of black, you can get some phthalo blue, which also, like I was saying, is very strong. So you're going to need a little bit. And let me set this aside. And now you get yourself a nice purpley kind of cold black that makes your paintings look a lot more interesting than if you use regular black. And you can mix the ratios, of course. You can make a more green black. You can make a more blue black. You can make even a more red black. Now, red black, is kind of a warm black. You can get warm blacks. Technically, they're called browns. If you have a warm black, it's technically kind of a brown color. So say we wanted a warm brown, like the one right here. I pre-mixed that before the video. We would get, that same mode, alizarin crimson. We would mix in the phthalo green. Mix it in like so. And now we would add the warm yellow. I have some right here, so I'm going to go ahead and just mix it in there. As you can see, we start getting a brown. It starts to become a green brown. You can actually get some nice green browns that would actually kind of work in your paintings, depending if you're painting wildlife or nature scenes. Now, if you don't want a green brown, that's where the cadmium red medium hue comes in. You get yourself some of that. Then you mix it in. And now, as you can see, we start to get a nice, warm, pretty brown. And also, notice how it increases the value. Yellow tends to do that, but as you saw, it makes it into a green. So if you want, you know, a lighter brown, but you don't want it to be green, I would use cadmium red, because it's like, in terms of, you know, lightening, if you want to lighten your brown, cadmium red medium hue is actually kind of like a slightly weaker yellow in terms of lightening. Because if you learn a color theory, you learn that if you use white to lighten colors, your colors start to become very desaturated. But when you mix yellow in, they not only lighten the color, they also keep the saturation, so your colors remain, you know, colorful. So yellow is it's like the strongest to lighten your pigment, and cadmium red medium hue is like the second strongest. Now you can also, in your brown, mix alizarin crimson. This will make it a nice cold brown. It'll look good in your trees. It'll make them have this nice red tint. So if you use them to paint trees, it'll look really great. Okay, now we have this nice cold black and this nice warm black that's, you know, warm. But say you actually did want a neutral, you know, a black, which I wouldn't recommend. Well, the easiest way to do that is to take your cadmium red, like so, and to take a small amount of phthalo blue. We mix those together, like so. And let me get my white. If I were to add white to this mixture, you can see it's very neutral. It's like it gets you the grays, a very neutral grays, if you add white to it. Now, of course, this is still a little bit of red, and I would add more blue to make it more neutral. But like I said, I really wouldn't recommend it. It kind of, you know, makes your paintings look not as inspiring. But say if you were painting something, you know, realistically, you know, photorealistic, then I guess that's where you could use it. But I'd recommend, you know, putting some artistic effect. So I hope this video has demonstrated, you know, how to make your own blacks and even browns. And hopefully it helps you improve your paintings. And if it does, then great. Just let me know. Leave a comment. And if it doesn't, then tell me what I could have explained differently, and I'll gladly do so. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.